So I thought it might be fun to take a look at the fall garden, how it's coming along and what's working and what is not. So here we're seeing collards. The collard greens I've sowed apart 2 weeks apart. And these are our Georgia Southern Creole collards. They're the ones that have done well this year. I think that those are a Baker's Creek, found at Baker's Creek Seed Company. The garden is set up in 4x4 beds joined together to make an 8x4 and an 8x4. So I'm 67 and I'm thinking that raised beds are much easier. I don't have to worry about tilling. I get a high yield out of a small space, and it's about as much as I can manage. We're taking a look at my leftover summer. I didn't want to tear it out because they did terrible. All my tomatoes struggled with the heat and blossom drop because of the heat. And as it cooled off, they actually gave me some tomatoes. So I'm waiting for those last few to ripen, and if they don't, my honey George loves fried green tomatoes, so they won't go to waste. And here in the front, I have spinach, which is struggling. I struggle every year with spinach. I have 2 different kinds, Baker Creek. Everything has been direct sown, so I don't know if it's the heat. We love spinach, so I keep trying. I think the spinach, trying to see what, Gigante d'Inverno. That's what I have. And then I also have some broccoli, which it looks like it's doing real well. That's from Baker's Creek. Here I have cauliflower. It's struggling, but it may do okay before it's all said and done. In the back here I have carrots. Carrots are doing well. Carrots are both Baker Creek, 2 different kind. Short and sweet. Oh, short and sweet to the left, I'm sorry. And then Fairy Morse are the seeds, and they are Chardonnay red. So they look to be doing well. In the far corner, I have new greens I haven't tried before. It's Mizuna. They're Japanese. They're great for stir fry or wilted, and they do real well. Direct seed grew well. This is I've already harvested a crop, and this is the second in the corner coming up. And of course, you can see my peas. Hope you can hear me over the lawnmower. Our neighbors are mowing. I have, what do I have here? I believe here are Alaska, and I believe those are Lillian. Those are both Baker Creek. Let me walk around the other side. This corner, we're seeing the garlic. More peas. See, my little peas are doing well here. These are Wando peas. I planted those last year. They did so well, and it looks like they're doing well again. Big, sweet peas, shelling peas. That's Baker Creek. Here I have cabbage. I started cabbage. My seeds did not do well, so I found a good deal at the local store, and it's Savoy cabbage. I planted 2 here and a couple in some pots. I'll show you. This is kale. I love the kale. Let's see if we can get a better shot. This is Baker's Creek succession sowing. Here's baby kale here. This is kale as well. Let's see if I can see. That's the Siberian dwarf, and this is Russian red, or some people call it Ragged Jack. And down here, in a little bit of the shade, I have some lettuces. Can't remember what those are. I think they're Butter Crunch. Yeah, Butter Crunch, which is from Mountain Valley Seed Company. And there's a few more in succession. Here's another cabbage plant in just a fabric pot. And the last of my pickle peppers from summer, which do great in pots. They produce heavy. So even if you have very little space, I grow many things in just these pots. I do squash, tomatoes for summer crops, squash, tomatoes, peppers. First time I've tried it at all, so we'll see. Like I say, even in a small space, you can manage a patio, or I put some along my sidewalk in the front. I'll show you that in just a minute. But all in all, fall garden's doing pretty well. I almost forgot to mention I have some beets planted here in the far corner. I believe I planted 6, but it looks like only 4 are going to produce. But that's fine. I'm the only one who likes the beets, and if I can get 4 nice fresh beets, I'll be happy. I had mentioned growing in pots, and here at the corner of our house I had flowers, and then that's the last of my tomatoes, but I had I have 1, 2, 3 other pots with tomato plants that struggled in the summer but gave me a few as the weather cooled. And then there is my other cabbage plant that looks to be taking off well, so we hope to get some cabbage this year. Let me see, I'll show you some more that can be done just in pots. Normally along the frontier I had pepper plants and ground cherries, which did great in pots right here along the front, but they're gone for the summer. For the fall. And radishes, green onions right here in the front. They grow well. And I've trimmed back, but got several harvests of basil right here. Forgot out front, sage. Sage is enjoying that's my cutting off the original sage plant here. Does real well. And my light. That is going on the 3rd year for chives. Just love that spot right there. And lemon thyme, which grows great in a pot. It's been cut back several times. Hopefully I'll bring it indoors for the winter. So even in limited spaces you can grow. I'll bring you around one more. My 2 pots out front here on just homemade trellises. I had 2 Triple L tomato plants. This one did not make it, but this one, after it cooled off, has been giving me tomatoes. And over the summer, I let Japanese long beans grow here, which enjoyed the spot and produced real well for me. So again, even in a small area, you can grow food.